Hi everybody, so today we are talking about Jamberry's TruShine Gel enamel system. I'm going to run through a quick application process for you and show you how easy and simple this is to use. I have done all of my fingers except one. I've got one naked nail here, and that's because it's the one that I'm going to paint a different color, and then I actually put wraps over this one, but I'll just be showing you the gel system for this part of the video. I have everything in front of me here that you're going to need to put your gels on. So I'm just going to run through it quickly. You will need a nail file. This is the only thing you won't get in your TruShine kit. So, excuse me, nail file. Nail clippers. It's the only thing that won't come in your kit. Everything else that I have here will. So, you have an orange stick or a cuticle pusher, a buffer block, a nail file, a prep swab, or an alcohol wipe, whichever one you've got. This is the Jamberry one, but you can buy these things in the pharmacy for really cheap. And then you actually, that's all stuff for your nail prep process, so what happens before you do the actual application. And then this is your application stuff. So you have a base coat, you have a color. I am using porcelain. The other color that I used was candy apple, so that's this red one, but I'm using porcelain today. And then you'll need a top coat also. So those are your three different parts of your gel process. And then you will have this. This is Jamberry's LED. See, it's a little thing like this with a mirror in your back. You put your hands in and then click this button to turn it on. Just a quick note about this thing. Typically with gel systems like you would get in a salon, or even some of the ones that you can buy that you can do at home yourself like this, they typically will have a UV light. But Jamberry decided that they would do LEDs because it's less radiation, it's healthier for you. So, and that's what Jamberry is all about. Okay, so those are all of the things that you're going to need. Now, I'm going to run through the nail prep process. So before you do your application, you do this. So what you're going to do is, first of all, you would clip your nail if you needed to. My nail's already a pretty good shape, so I'm going to let that go. And I'm going to push my cuticle back with this. So I'm going to take it and go around the cuticle and push it back from my nail. Make sure I've got that done. Okay, so there's that part of it, and then you are going to use your nail file to shape your edge if you needed to. It's okay, we're done with that, and now I've got my buffer block, and I'm just going to do a quick buff on the top of my nail. The reason that we do this is so that the base coat will adhere to your nail better. So we're just going to do, it doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit, like that. We're done. The last step in this is the most important part, is to clean your nail with an alcohol swab. So this is my Jamberry one. So I'm going to open this baby up and just clean your nail bed very well. So we want to get off any dirt or oil or some of the dust particles from when you filed it. So we're just going to give it a good cleaning and then wait for it to dry. Okay, so this baby's ready to go. We are going to save our little prep wipe here because we're going to use it at the end of the process. All right, and so now we're actually ready to put our gels on. Each one of these gels, what's going to happen is you're going to put a layer on and then cure it with our LED light. And it's a quick process. The light itself, once you turn it on, stays on for 45 seconds, and then it will shut off automatically, telling you it's time to move on. Another quick note. So some people can get all 5 fingers inside of this thing while it's sitting down. I typically have trouble with that. So what I like to do is I'll do 4 at a time, and then once it shuts off, I'll go back again and do my thumb, just so that I'm not like, I tried it like this and I banged my fingers on the top the one day and screwed them up and I had to do it over. So whatever works for you. I'm going to shift my camera down now so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Maybe. Here we go. Okay. So, all right, we are going to start with our base coat here, and each one of these has to be shaken before you apply, so I'm going to give it a quick shake. All right, when you're putting your gel coats on, you want a very thin, even layer. So I know it's tempting to put it on thick. You actually want to put it on very thin. And the reason for that is so that when you put it under the LED light, it cures properly. If you put it on too thick, it won't dry, and then your nail doesn't set right. So that was it for that step. I'm going to put it into my LED light and click the button on the top. So you can see the purple light is coming out now. Like I said, this is on for 45 seconds, and then it'll shut off automatically and tell you to move on to the next one. Typically what I do, like I told you, I will do my thumb second. So while these guys are in here, I'll kind of shift my thumb up on top, and I'll do this one as well, so that when these 4 fingers come out, this one can go right in. So here we go, and we're going to wait for 45 seconds. Just to let you guys see, this is the finished kind of product of what I did. This porcelain the white was pretty stark contrast to my red one, so I actually went back and put a Jamberry wrap over top of it, so I've just got gold stripes over it right now. Alright, so that shut off, which means it's time to move on to color. Oh, so I want my porcelain color here. Almost put red on. Now, typically you do 2 coats of color. I found that when I did my white one, this is the only one I've ever had to do 3 with. Just because the white is such a light color and it didn't come out evenly. When you are putting your gel on top, so when you're painting, it's okay for you to get close to your cuticle and your skin, but you don't want to touch it. What happens when the paint or the gel actually touches your skin is that it will lift easier. And like I said before, you want a very thin layer, so you can actually see on my nail here that there's some shading or some spaces where it's lighter. That's okay, because this is just our first coat. So I'm going to go back in. Once we get that second coat on there, it'll cover the imperfections a little bit better, and it'll start to look like it's supposed to. Like I said, I had to do the white one 3 times. It's the only one I've ever had to do like that. And I think just because it's white, it's such a sheer color. If for some reason you should be painting and you get the gel on your skin or your finger, what you would want to do is take your orange stick or your cuticle pusher and just kind of go along the edge and wipe that off. So if I got some hair at the tip, I would just kind of run my cuticle pusher over the top of it and pull that off so that it doesn't cause your nails to lift later. Okay, we're done with that. So we're going to go back and we're going to do our second coat with our porcelain color. Whoop. Come on. So we just want to keep these coats nice and even and thin. Got a lot dripping down here. Okay, there we go. I got a little bit on my skin there, so I'm going to go back with this and wipe it, and then back under the light. So this whole process typically from start to finish takes me about 10 to 15 minutes, so it's pretty quick and easy. It's about the same amount of time that it takes me to do Jamberry wraps, which I also love. They're super simple, so I'm going to leave this open in case I need to do one more coat. Maybe I'll get luckier with this one. I won't need another one. Just in case you guys don't know, the kit costs $120, which is a really good deal compared to other gel enamel systems that are out there. I actually got mine for $60 because I hosted a Jamberry party and people bought stuff, like a lot of stuff, and I got a 50% off credit. Oh, you know what? I don't need another coat on this one. I must have put it on a little bit too thin when I did my other finger. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. So there you go. It's totally covered. It looks good. And I'm going to be putting a wrap over top of it, so I won't need another one. All right, we are on to our top coats. Looks like that. So I'm going to shake it. All right, and here we go. Okay, so the top coat is actually a little bit thicker. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. It's actually a little bit thicker than what the base coat or the color is. So just make sure that you're wiping your brush well before you go to actually put your top coat on. There we go. And back under the light for the last time. Now, once this comes out of the light, for the last time, we are going to go back with our alcohol prep wipe, so our little wipe here, and we're going to just wipe the nail off. What happens when it first comes out of the LED light is that this is it'll be a little bit tacky, so if you ran your finger over it, it would kind of stick a little bit. What happens when you wipe it with the alcohol wipe is that it takes that stickiness away and you're just left with your hard finish. Almost done. Okay, that's it. We're finished. So you can see there it is. It looks pretty cool, so you can see how much of a contrast it is. That's why I decided to go back and add a wrap. All right, so here we are with my prep wipe, and I'm just going to wipe it off. Now, if you were, white, it doesn't show up so much, but if you're using a color like this, sometimes when you go and you wipe it off at the end of the whole process, you'll have a little bit of color on your alcohol wipe. That's totally fine. It won't make any difference. It's just some of the residue that was left from the gel. So there you go. That's it. It's all done. Shift my camera back up here. Hello. So we're all finished now. My nails are completely dry and done. It's very quick and simple and easy. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the gel kit system or any of Jamberry's products, just give me a shout out and I'll be happy to help. Thanks guys. Bye.